Welcome to the MLG Spring Championship Kespa Starcraft2 qualifiers. This is Group B, round of 8, the third set between the Zerg players SoO and rOrO. My name is Whiplash. I'll be casting with Supernova Maniac. So let's go ahead and introduce our players in the bottom right. In the red, from SK Telecom T1. His name is SoO.
His opponent spawns in the left top position of the map. Blue Zerg from Samsung Khan. His name is rOrO.
So in the first game, SoO defeated rOrO in kind of a mid-game macro war there, getting a mute battle advantage and just doing a lot of great harassment with the Zerglings as well. And from the second game, SoO... and hold on a second here. Well, I want to mention real quickly that SoO pretty much did the build that rOrO is doing this game, except he went for the 10 pool. This time rOrO is going for the 11 pool, and he's getting an extractor behind this as well. SoO
doing the same build 2 times in a row, and I have to say, great job on this build, SoO, because usually when there's a cheese happening, the opponent, when they block it, they don't expect the cheese to happen the second time around.
They're the last thing that's on their mind is the cheese. So,
yes.
I got to hand it to SoO. He knows how to play a best of 3 series by doing this. It's taking a lot of balls to pull this off, but if he can do it, then he is going to advance into the round of 4.
Yeah, but rOrO's also doing a nice job. He's getting a spawning point inside the main base once again. And I don't see this pressure working out well for SoO this time around because the map is so huge compared to Ackland Waste. Both players are spawning in a, the diagonal position, and SoO doesn't even know where his opponent spawned at. Yeah,
that's a good point here. So the one advantage that SoO is going to have this time around, the Overlord will not see the Lings coming.
That is true, but also SoO, knowing that this is a large map and he did not scout his opponent the first time around, he is also building a queen behind this.
Yeah, so SoO's build a little bit varied over the last game where he went for the Baneling all-in with the Zerglings. This time, he just wants to go for early Zergling speed and get those queens behind it. So still doing a very aggressive build, but with a little bit less all-in flavor added to it. So I kind of like that. I have to say that I can agree with SoO going for this.
Yes, this is a lot better than the previous tempo that we saw from SoO, as he has enough Zerglings over here to harass the natural hatchery over here.
rOrO's got to see this and be like, what? What? You're doing this again? Are you serious? He's probably thinking to himself, like, I can't believe what this guy's doing now.
Oh yeah, well, we still have to see how much rOrO overcommits over here. SoO's trying to make something happen inside the main base, trying to go for the drones, but does force one spine crawler inside the main base.
Yep, and SoO just dancing the Zerglings around, not overcommitting to doing any damage here.
I'm still a little bit surprised that he's overcommitting a lot to the Zerglings, but he still needs to make sure that he takes out the hatchery, or at least buy enough time to get his own natural hatchery. But we still haven't seen SoO make a drone behind this. Because of the queen, he's able to, throw down injects and get a lot of Zerglings out from one base.
Alright, so this is interesting. SoO, he's continuing to make Zerglings behind this, but he hasn't shown any more than these initial Lings early on.
Yeah.
And this means that rOrO is thinking, okay, he's going to be aggressive early on, but he's not going to do too much. But the Zergling speed is completed. He's going to use this to get a nice surround on rOrO's Lings here, and now the Queen's forced back on the offensive. One of them is going to get surrounded, while the Zerglings here, the second one, can get easily surrounded as well. Oh no, one of the Queens survived those, and SoO realized...
Well, he's going to go for the Halcyon one first and then take out the second queen at the same time as the first one. Yeah, really nice fireworks.
He wanted to get the double whammy combo in there and get a 2-for-1 deal. And now the Zergling advantage for SoO is starting to become very overwhelming here. We have a lot of Lings in production for rOrO, but he doesn't have the crucial Zergling speed upgrade that gives SoO a huge advantage in these engagements.
rOrO thought to himself, well, this is going to be the same as game 1. All I have to do is make little less Zerglings and make a lot of queens to snipe the Baneling. This wasn't the build from SoO. SoO instead went for tons of speedlings, and rOrO not seeing that in time. He didn't have his own Zerglings out in time, and now the natural hatchery is going to get taken out with a lot of Zerglings streaming through right now.
Yeah, and SoO, I love his control here. As soon as the Lings pop, he moves his speedlings around them and surrounds them before they can move up into the natural. And he's really just, blocking the supply line of rOrO here between the main and the natural. The spine crawler is going to help defend on the high ground, but eventually, I feel that SoO, he's going to be able to overpower rOrO at this natural.
Yeah, SoO still needs to make sure he doesn't overcommit, because now rOrO has more larva than his... rOrO is at a 7 larva count compared to his opponent because he is on 2 hatcheries. Yes, he doesn't have speed, which is annoying, but if SoO makes a mistake where his Zerglings get surrounded, then the speed doesn't matter.
Yeah, that's a good point here. All right, SoO still has a very large amount of lings, and they're both just purely making Zerglings. So it's just going to come down to, who has the better positioning here, who can, macro out the most lings at once. Supply-wise, it's still really close. It looks like SoO, though, going to narrowly gain a victory here, pulling back before the majority of those lings die, though. And we have 20 lings now out for SoO compared to the 10 from rOrO, and he's just slowly hacking away on this hatchery. He's going to eventually be able to pick that off, but the Spine Crawler now at the low ground.
Spine Crawler is at the low ground, but it doesn't come with the hatchery if SoO attacks it from the right top side, and SoO's doing a nice job trying to fight away from the Spine Crawler, and now he gets a full surround on the building.
This is terrible for rOrO. He's going to lose the Spine Crawler. He's lost the Zergling War consistently now. It's 20 to 2 lings. And it looks like the natural hatchery will end up falling for rOrO, and he does not have any type of static defense in the main base. He doesn't have banelings. He doesn't have speed. He has nothing to defend against mass speedlings.
Yeah, once the Brewlings just get taken out, all SoO has to do is walk in, knock, knock, GG.
And rOrO doing a good job trying to block with his queen here, but you can just see that the ling advantage for SoO is immense as he just, pushes forth, forcing his way into his opponent's base, and rOrO going to lose yet another queen. He has finished a Spine Crawler here, but it does get pretty much surrounded here. Drone's now off the mineral line, and SoO, I love how he always pulls his lings away at the last second before they end up dying.
The key point is he doesn't overcommit. He knows that once he loses all of his Zerglings over here, his opponent can go for a counterattack and try to possibly win the game when SoO is not paying attention. So that's the reason why SoO is making sure that his Zerglings do not get taken out inside the main base.
SoO is doing the best he can in this position. He wants to kill off that queen in the Spine Crawler, but he can't reach them right now. The SimCity and unit positioning is too solid from rOrO, but these additional Zerglings running in here, they're going to be a big problem for rOrO. His queen is down in the red at 16 health, and I know that Spine Crawler has sustained heavy damage as well. So I feel that, SoO, he's going to go ahead and get an expansion behind this.
He is so far ahead in the game, he could just make a couple of Zerglings here and there, and then just throw every single other larva into drones and then drone up heavily behind us. And because of this, rOrO, he cannot take an expansion. He does have a Spine Crawler inside the main base, which means that he is going to survive in this game, but his hatchery is going to get delayed so much later than his opponent. rOrO also doesn't have any gas flowing in. That's the reason why he didn't have any speed. He didn't have any banelings to defend against SoO's Zerglings.
Speaking of banelings, that's what SoO is going into right now. Putting down that baneling nest is going to eventually unlock that tech here. And I think that SoO, he's been showing kind of a very overpowering muscly strategy this game, just constantly borrowing, attacking his opponent, throwing blow after blow. And the banelings are kind of be the the ending to that.
And this is fantastic from SoO because, like I said, he didn't see any geyser inside the main base, so no speed, no baneling. I have a baneling, he doesn't, I win.
Exactly. I have banelings, my opponent doesn't, I win. And also, let's go ahead and point out the fact that, well, Zergling speed is still out for SoO, and rOrO does not have that yet. He's trying to remake his natural as well, and there's a few spines up as well to help rOrO defend here, but the banelings are in production. We have up to 5 now in that production queue. Additional Zerglings still being made by SoO, and it's really fun to watch him just be so aggressive against another Zerg player on this map.
Oh yeah, definitely. His micro has been phenomenal throughout the whole game, and like you said, the decision-making from SoO trying to pull the Zerglings away at the very last second has been really fantastic. Now that's up to 2 Spine Crawlers over there, but SoO is just going to ignore that with the banelings just destroying those 2 towers.
And if the banelings move up in here, and yes, they get a really nice connection on the rest of those units there. GG is called from rOrO, and SoO advances to the round of 4. So looking at the results from the round of 8 here, we have Trend going 2-1 versus Myungsik, Savage 2-0 Stork, and then Byung goes 2-1 against Shine, another 2-1 with SoO defeating rOrO in the 4th game of Group B.